Everything just shakes, and there's the loud explosion.
It was like a bomb. It shook the house.
It was so powerful, and the roof went.
No, though. Where do I stand?
We can stand wherever we want.
I mean,
to
are we
stand,
supposed to be
actually.
together or opposite ends?
It's
Okay. All right. See, look, I'm so little. Look,
so
I
here-
look like a baby.
A dramatic, destructive explosion injures at least 6 people in unincorporated Hayward.
Everything just shakes, and there's the loud explosion.
It was like a bomb. It shook the house.
It was so powerful, and the roof went.
The blast leaving behind a giant hole after leveling at least one building.
Just a short time ago, crews brought in dogs to help search for any possible survivors. At this point, though, nobody is missing, so good news there. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. I'm Larry Beal.
And I'm Kristen Z. Behind us, you can see the aftermath of that explosion and fire.
Six people were injured in that blast. It began with a gas leak in unincorporated Hayward that was first reported at 7:35 this morning on East Llewellyn Boulevard.
The gas was shut off at 9:25, and that explosion happened 10 minutes later, which is raising questions about what happened exactly. And let's give you a live look over the scene right now. You can see the devastation and destruction, all that rubble at the home and the surrounding homes where the explosion happened.
Neighbors were talking about it and saying it seemed like a scene from a movie, just the level of destruction and the force involved. We have team coverage for you with ABC7 News reporters Luz Pena and Unser Hassan, and we'll begin with Unser.
Larry and Kristen, good afternoon. You can see fire crews and PG&E crews still out here investigating. As you said, we were able to confirm that 2 people were missing. All residents have now been found. You can see behind me, this is East Llewellyn Boulevard, just across the street from the 238 southbound freeway ramp. There's a big road construction project underway as well. What we know as of right now, 6 people were taken to the hospital, 3 in serious condition. Residents along East Llewellyn Boulevard in unincorporated Hayward were hit with a blast Thursday morning.
We looked outside and it's like smoke, and when we watched our camera, it was like a bomb went off in their house.
Brittany Maldonado just dropped her son off to school when the explosion happened. Deborah Omotoy was still in bed.
My roof collapsed on me. And I was in bed. My husband was bringing me coffee, bless his heart. And the whole entire roof in my bedroom. I honestly thought it was the big earthquake on the Hayward Fault.
PG&E says it was notified at 7:30 a.m. that a third-party, non-PG&E construction crew damaged an underground gas line while digging. PG&E says it immediately dispatched crews to the scene and that the gas was shut off by 9:25 a.m. 10 minutes later, the house exploded. When asked why the gas was shut off 2 hours after the gas line was hit, PG&E responded by saying it's not a simple process.
We're looking into that, but it is a process. In some cases, it can be more complicated than other times. Oftentimes, will require digging. So, like I said, we were not waiting. We were working on it.
Larry and Kristen were also able to confirm that the NTSB is now sending a crew out here to investigate as well. Reporting live, Ansar Hassan, ABC7 News.
All right, Ansar, thank you so much. We know at least 6 people were injured in the explosion. 3 people are still in serious condition.
Let's get to ABC7 News reporter Luz Pena, who's live at the scene of the latest on the people who were injured in that blast. Luz?
Yes, Larry and Kristen, we've spoken to several residents here who said they saw 2 of their neighbors walk out of their home where the explosion took place. They were actually wearing PJs and they were visibly upset. They said they were full of blood and asking for help, and that's where neighbors surrounded them and helped them. Seconds after this explosion, residents in this Hayward community ran out to help at least 6 victims that were visibly injured.
The younger girl was completely bloodied all over the face, so completely in shock, and I think there might have been something with her arm, like it might have been dislocated because she had it in like a kind of like an awkward position. So they just really looked like they were in shock, and like easily that the explosion probably took out their eardrums. That's what I would assume, because people were trying to talk to them and they just weren't, really hearing it.
Oscar Vasquez said 2 women slowly walked out of the home where the explosion took place. What about the older lady that you also saw?
Yeah, she just looked like she was about to fall over. She was having a hard time walking. Some of the neighbors were helping her walk away from the debris and everything and get her to a safe place.
Paramedics arrived and confirmed 6 people were taken to hospitals nearby.
Everyone was outside already who needed help. How they got there, I'm not sure. I know that there were people with different extensive injuries. 3 were considered immediate transports, and 3 were considered minor of the 6.
Eden Hospital confirmed 3 of the victims were brought in serious condition. At the scene, Alameda County Sheriff deputies began to move people out of the blast zone.
They saw a hazardous area and they started getting people and moving them to safety. Once they started doing that, then they started organizing ambulance rides to hospitals.
And initially, first responders were still searching for 2 individuals who they believed were at this home. But since then, those 2 individuals have been found, so no one at this point is missing. Live in Hayward, Luz Peña, ABC7 News.
Luz, thank you. You can see on this map we have here from Alameda County Public Works the project that was going on in the area right here. On the surface, it appears as though changes were being made to some of the sidewalks. One resident gave us a timeline on when the work got started, adding that it has been pushed back, and they see a few problems that have taken place, including flooding. But the bigger issue is with Public Works.
So what happened in December of 2024, I noticed that there was markings on my property personally, like paint marks, and said demo. And I'm all like, what? So I went door to door from this side of the street, that side of the street, to ask all the neighbors what's going on. And none of them knew anything. They said they got this paper in the mail from Amber Lowe and Daniel, the head of Public Works, that if we didn't sign this paper, that we were going to pay for all this work done to the street. So we signed it.
We've reached out to Alameda County Public Works for a response. We have not heard back yet. Now let's get back to the live pictures of the scene from Sky 7. Just an incredible amount of devastation. And Kristen, just imagine being at home in the morning. It's roughly 9:30, and suddenly you hear this just gigantic boom and see pieces of the house flying all over a place in your neighborhood.
Yeah, and it's traumatic for people who remember. It's a very different situation, of course, but the San Bruno explosion in 2010, and you never know when gas is involved, so we don't know what ignited this, but we do know that that project was going on, and one that's somewhat controversial too, so a lot going on in that neighborhood for those residents.
And the NTSB will investigate the explosion, the nature, the cause, all the details. It just might take a while when you have this kind of a situation. We'll continue to follow the story, have updates, live reports throughout the evening. You can also have updates sent directly to your mobile device by downloading the ABC7 News app, and be sure to enable those push alerts.
In other news now, San Francisco firefighters have new gear that won't just protect them from the flames, but from toxic chemicals woven into older protective jackets and pants. Firefighters' turnout gear has many layers. One that provides protection from moisture has traditionally contained PFAS, which has been linked to cancer, the leading cause of death for firefighters.
These items can be absorbed into the body, and that's what firefighters are bringing home, not only during a fire, but months after the fire, even if clean.
The new protective gear is free of harmful PFAS chemicals. The San Francisco Fire Department will receive 1,100 sets of the new gear by the end of the year.
All right, let's turn now to the weather. The fog-haze combination continues, and it continues to be cold.
Yeah, but there is a change in sight, at least for parts of the Bay Area. ABC7 News meteorologist Sandy Patel is here now with the forecast. Hey, Sandy.
Hi there. Yeah, Kristen and Larry, you know what? We do have some changes coming our way next week. Good afternoon, everyone. Let's take a look at a live picture right now. You notice that haze in San Rafael. You've had fog most of the day. That's affecting temperatures across parts of the region. So in the East Bay as well, 44 right now in Brentwood. But look at Half Moon Bay, where the sun has been shining, 72 degrees. It's in the low 50s from San Francisco to Oakland. Right now, 49 degrees in San Rafael. As you take a look at live Doppler 7, taking you back the last couple of hours, the sun's at a lower angle around this time of year. And when you have the fog just kind of hanging around for quite some time, it really doesn't warm up a whole lot, which is what we're seeing below average temperatures. On live Doppler 7, you can see the fog is still out towards the Delta. I'll be back to let you know about some rain that is re-entering the picture. All of that in the AccuWeather 7-day forecast. Kristen, Larry?
It's been a while, so we would take it. Thanks. All this cold weather could give PG&E customers quite the shock when they get their next bill.
ABC7 News reporter Cornell Bernard joining us live now in Novato with some tips and the assistance available for people who are stuck with paying these high bills, Cornell.
Yeah, hey Larry and Kristen. Yeah, let's talk about it. The North Bay especially has been so cold. Higher energy bills are likely a given, but there are some ways to save money and stay comfy and warm at home.
Exceptionally frigid. I do not remember it being this cold.
Yep, it's been gloomy and downright cold in the Bay Area, with little relief in sight.
The weather is very cold. It's chilly. It's a little overcast. I wish it was more sunny.
And brace yourself when you open that PG&E bill.
I think it's close to $400. Yeah.
So we know that it has been a cold season, and whenever we have cold snaps or an overall just chilly winter season, customers use their heat more. They're cold, they're trying to warm up their house.
This month, PG&E bills are estimated to be 18% higher than this time last year. The price of natural gas rising nationally. The utility says lowering your heat or thermostat might be more efficient than cranking up that gas fireplace if you have one, which can be expensive.
One thing you can do is set your thermostat to a lower rate. Every degree that you lower your thermostat, you save 1% on your annual energy bill. That can help.
For those who qualify, PG&E offering several programs like CARE and FARA, the Family Electric Rate Assistance Program, which provides monthly discounts on gas and electric.
I think people certainly started turning up their thermostats, turning their heating systems on sooner than last year. I know I certainly have.
The Bay Area Regional Energy Network is watching the weather and offers some short and long-term fixes for staying cozy at home.
You can seal drafts around your windows and doors with weather stripping that's fairly low cost.
Your home works hard to keep you comfortable, and sometimes it needs a little extra care.
The agency offers the EASE program, which helps fund improvements to your home.
We'll do a kind of an initial check to make sure that you're eligible, and then we will send an energy professional out to do an assessment of your home at no cost and really determine what kind of upgrades you might be able to be eligible for.
Yeah, BayREN helps low to moderate income folks do energy upgrades at their home while keeping their copay low. You know, a lot of people shared their hacks with us for staying warm and keeping those bills low too. They say lower the thermostat at night, keep your drapes or shades closed, even put towels by drafty doors. One woman said hot tea is her trick for staying warm. However you do it, stay warm, everybody. We're live in Nevada. Cornell Bernard, ABC7 News.
I like the hot tea and honey, Cornell. Thank you very much. Coming up on ABC7 News at 4, we're 60 days out from Super Bowl 60, the expected impact for the community. Healthcare subsidies set to expire in just weeks, and the race is on to keep your rates from skyrocketing. And inside the Humanoid Summit, where science fiction is about to become science fact. After an explosion this morning in Hayward, there was a gas leak around 7:30. PG&E came out, they checked on it, turned the gas off, they told us, but right around 9:30 there was a gigantic explosion, and you can see the rubble that's been left. At least 75 firefighters were on the scene. Again, this happened at 9:30 in the morning. 6 people injured, some were workers in the street, and 3 of the 6 are believed to be in serious condition. Of course, we'll continue to keep you updated.
We are just 60 days away from Super Bowl 60 in Santa Clara.
And earlier today, the Bay Area Host Committee held an event looking ahead to the big game. ABC7 News reporter Tim Johns has a look at the impact.
The countdown is officially on in Santa Clara. As of Thursday, we are just 60 days away from Super Bowl 60 coming to the Bay Area.
I think there's been a lot of conversation about the Bay Area being on the rise. This is going to have hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people focusing on the Bay in a very short period of time.
Saleen Jen Mohammed is the president of the Bay Area Host Committee. She says the Super Bowl, as well as next summer's World Cup, will bring hundreds of millions of dollars into our region and fill as many as 400,000 hotel rooms. That boom in visitors will be felt far beyond just here in Santa Clara. Cities like Oakland, San Francisco, as well as many smaller Bay Area communities will also see an economic boost.
As people are back in their offices and working, we're seeing more and more business travel. The one pillar that still is out there that has yet to recover is that international piece for us.
Anna Marie Persuti is the head of the San Francisco Travel Association. She's hoping both events will bring not just domestic, but also big spending foreign tourists to the city. Jen Mohammed says adding to the narrative of a Bay Area comeback is a big part of the host committee's goal.
I want people who come here maybe for the first time to say, hey, we loved it here, we're going to come back.
Organizers say while they've already accomplished a lot over the past few months, there's still more to do. But when the time comes, they assure the public we'll be ready.
Yes, we're on the rise, but we're also born for this. This is exactly what we do. We take on big challenges, and this is a chance for the community to come together and really show the world who we are.
The Super Bowl will take place on February 8th. In Santa Clara, Tim Johns, ABC7 News.
Keeping the sports theme, the schedule is out, and the San Francisco Giants are adding a new city to their FanFest tour. FanFest kicks off January 17th in San Jose San Pedro Square. It's a chance for fans to meet current and former players as well as coaches. For the first time, FanFest will visit San Ramon. That will be on January 24th. There'll be a stop in Sacramento February 1st, and then the signature event March 14th at Oracle Park, home of the Giants. You can get free tickets at sfgiants.com/FanFest.
Now to the South Bay, where robots are on display this week. These robots are advanced with the ability to complete tasks.
This is all an effort to make life easier for everybody, not just the tech companies. ABC7 News South Bay reporter Dustin Dorsey explains. He takes us to the Humanoid Summit.
Hello, ABC7 viewers. We're here at the Humanoid Summit.
The future of humanoid robotics on display now in the Bay Area. What started as an independent event last year, the Humanoid Summit has grown to an international conference. Founder Modar Alawi says it's bigger and better with even more robots on display.
The entire ecosystem is moving at a very fast and rapid rate in a data space, in the teleop space. There's new categories also in the home.
It's not just all about robots for major tech companies. Accessibility is key here, like the Psionic Ability Hand, which offers functionality for robots and humans alike.
The past 5 years have only been used in research labs, and you couldn't really get one for yourself or for your loved one who might have lost their hand or were born without one. So we've really turned that on its head by getting Medicare approval for an advanced bionic hand like this.
Making safe and regulated humanoids is a core mission of the summit and participants, including Seattle-based Mind Children, highlighted by their humanoid built to assist teachers, nurses, and more.
These applications in like education, healthcare, hospitality, where it's not so utility oriented, but rather the benefit is in being able to actually converse with someone else.
And I'm here now with Cody, the Mind Children's humanoid robot. Cody, what's the difference between labor robots and social robots such as yourself?
Great question. Labor robots are built to do specific physical tasks. Social robots, like me, focus on communicating, helping people learn, and building relationships.
With such success in its first 2 years, the Humanoid Summit aims to continue to grow to build a better Bay Area through robotics.
This is Cody at the Humanoid Summit with ABC7 News. Signing off.
The Humanoid Summit here in Mountain View will run through Thursday. Dustin Dorsey and Cody, ABC7 News.
Is it possible to be cute and creepy at the same time, Larry?
That's how I've been described, so.
Disney fans will be able to use artificial intelligence to create videos with their favorite characters. It's part of a 3-year deal between the Walt Disney Company and OpenAI. Content creators using the Sora video platform will be able to choose characters from Disney, Marvel, Pixar, and Star Wars. Disney will also use the platform to create new products. In a statement, Disney and OpenAI say they're committed to the responsible use of AI that protects user safety and the rights of creators. Disney is the parent company of ABC7.
I can't wait to go surfing with Stitch. Coming up on ABC7 News at 4, dealing with a rare seasonal allergy, people who are allergic to Christmas trees.
Ooh, and a surprise, an extremely rare pregnancy for a California couple or family.
At 4, this is the view of Mount Diablo from Sky 7. It's beautiful, and I'm guessing it's pretty cold at the summit.
That's kind of the pattern we've been having, but they could be changing.
And in fact, they are. And Sandia Patel is here to explain it. Hi, Sandia.
Hi there. Yeah, you know what? We're going to get milder weather in here, but we'll have to wait a few more days, Larry and Kristen, and we will eventually get some rain next week. Hi there, everyone. Let's take a look at a live picture from our Golden Gate Bridge camera. There's a gentle breeze, but I just want to show you this. Savor it. Blue sky over the Golden Gate Bridge right now. Here's a look at your temperatures. Mid-50s in Santa Rosa, 50 degrees in Livermore. You're in the 40s where the fog has been hanging around most of the day. San Rafael, Napa, Fairfield, Concord right now. Here's a live view from Santa Cruz camera where the sun has been shining and it's reflected in the temperatures. Coastal areas like Half Moon Bay, 72 degrees. 50s from San Francisco to Oakland to San Jose. We do have a beach hazard statement that remains up. These wave heights have been building. 10-footers right now, Point Arena. That is in effect until 10 p.m. tomorrow night. Watch out. Strong rip currents and sneaker waves are expected. As we look at live Doppler 7, I do want to show you, kind of taking you back in time. We had heavy fog across parts of the North and East Bay valleys, even patches in the South Bay. Now that fog was slow to shrink, even though we did see it eventually shrink. It was too late in the day, so those temperatures have been held down in parts of the Bay Area. It's been below average. High pressure still locked in. They have seen catastrophic flooding from an atmospheric river that was prolonged across the Pacific Northwest. Major rivers have seen flooding as well. Live view from San Mateo Bridge. You can see hazy sunshine overnight into tomorrow morning. Areas of fog again. Tomorrow through the weekend, we are looking at a mix of fog and sunshine, and then next week, rain finally returns. Now, before we get all excited, I'll explain in just a moment. Temperatures this evening, 40s to 60s. As we head into 7 o'clock, those numbers will come down. It is going to get chilly tomorrow morning with some fog rolling in across the Delta and across the North Bay, 30s and 40s to start the day. For the afternoon hours, we'll have a wide variety of temperatures once again. So your morning will begin with the chill and the fog like we have been seeing for several days now, for weeks, I should say, 30s and 40s. Here's a look at your afternoon highs, anywhere from about 66 in Half Moon Bay to 46 in Fairfield. Everyone else in between that range. Here's a look at next week. Now, this is when things start to get interesting. This computer model wants to bring in rain on Tuesday, going into Wednesday. Now, not all computer models are in agreement. It's bringing in another system on Friday. At this point, there is potential for an atmospheric river late next week, but we'll have to wait and see because the models haven't been exactly in agreement, like I said. Here's a look at the wettest model taking you out 9 days, about 1/3 of an inch in the South Bay to over an inch in Santa Rosa. We shall see if this actually pans out. I think it's looking like we will see some rainfall opportunities, though, next week. And here's how it plays out on the AccuWeather. Dry through the weekend, including for the start of Hanukkah. Next week, a level 1, on Tuesday and on Wednesday. So it is starting to trend wet, Kristen and Larry.
All right. I mean, it's been a while, so we'll take that.
It has been 3 weeks.
Yeah. Thank you, Sandia. More to come.
The John Muir Land Trust has acquired 16 acres of open space in Orinda with hopes of using the area as an outdoor classroom for children. The land, known as the Wagner Ranch Nature Area, was previously owned by the Orinda Union School District. The John Muir Land Trust is now raising $5 million to restore the open space. That includes removing unstable trees and decaying structures and reducing the wildfire risk.
Up next, we have more and the latest on that building explosion in Hayward. Massive amount of destruction in the East Bay. Crews still on the scene trying to figure out exactly how this happened.
And tracking negotiations in Washington, D.C. over rising costs and the Health Care Act set to expire at the end of the month.
So I was like, why are they out there? So I went outside and they said they were turning the gas off because of something with the road crew. And I was like, oh, okay, no big deal. And they said, we'll get it back on later. And then it was 45, that was like 8:39. So like not 45 minutes later, everything just shakes.
Cal OSHA says it is investigating exactly what caused this explosion. Live look now from Sky 7, and we have learned that the National Transportation Safety Board is sending a team to Hayward to look into the situation and the cause.
Congress is gridlocked over how to address rising health care costs.
Well, today, the Senate failed to pass two separate proposals meant to lessen the impact of increased costs for Americans on Affordable Care Act health plans.
ABC7 News political reporter Monica Madden joins us live now with the latest. Monica.
Several California representatives are leading a bipartisan push against House leadership to take action on this now, because if not, Americans can expect to pay an average of 114% more on out-of-pocket health care costs if they're enrolled in Obamacare.
On Thursday,
the motion is not agreed to.
The U.S. Senate failing to act on proposals to address skyrocketing healthcare costs for millions of Americans, as enhanced Affordable Care Act subsidies are set to expire in 20 days.
Individuals who are seeking service for sometimes life-saving measures have to think about, how are we going to pay for this?
California healthcare professionals warning the impacts will be worse than expected.
If you get into an accident, your care will be delayed. Your health outcomes will be compromised. So when we talk about communities will be affected, we're talking about not just uninsured or underinsured communities. We are talking about California.
Several bipartisan bills in the House aim to prevent those circumstances, including an act by San Jose Democrat Sam Liccardo and Rockland Republican Kevin Kiley.
I've heard from many people who say, I just can't afford it if I have to pay thousands of dollars more for health care.
But with Speaker Mike Johnson's opposition,
we just can't get Republican votes on that for lots of reasons, not enough of them.
Kiley and others are looking to force leaders' hands.
So it's fallen upon some of us members who are more practically minded to try to find a compromise that would be acceptable to enough people on both sides.
You have a majority that was largely elected on a mandate of, making things more affordable again. Do you think that's a failure of leadership to be able to deliver on this key issue that
there have been many failures of leadership in the House. Absolutely.
Senator Alex Padilla tells me he's encouraged by those efforts.
Where there's a will, there's a way. These are all encouraging signs, right? That it's not just some Democrats like Representative Liccardo working across the aisle fighting Republican support for this, but that there's some Republican House members that are willing to participate and collaborate.
The nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office estimates a lapse in those tax credits could lead to 2 million more people uninsured. Unlike some of the other proposals, Representatives Kiley and Liccardo have told me that they are optimistic about their proposal, which would extend those Obamacare tax credits for 2 more years without increasing the deficit. Their bill has at least 10 different bipartisan co-sponsors in the House. In the studio, Monica Madden, ABC7 News.
Monica, thank you. A hearing today to determine what evidence can be used against Luigi Mangione. That's the man accused of killing the CEO of United Healthcare last year. The focus is on police body camera video showing officers discussing whether they needed a warrant to search a backpack where they found a weapon and notes. Defense attorneys say the lack of a warrant makes the evidence inadmissible. The man charged with killing conservative political activist Charlie Kirk made his first court appearance today. Lawyers for 22-year-old Tyler Robinson asked the judge to ban cameras from the courtroom to ensure a fair trial. The judge has already banned media from photographing Robinson's restraints. Robinson is accused of killing Kirk during a speech at Utah Valley University.
Now to an extremely rare and surprise pregnancy for a couple in Southern California.
Yeah, it was a scary situation for both mom and baby. ABC News reporter Sophie Flay has the latest.
What's being described as a medical miracle, a baby defying all odds after an unexpected and rare abdominal pregnancy. Baby Reyes' birth came just days after his mother learned she was pregnant.
Every day is a gift, and I'm never going to waste it.
Susie Lopez, a nurse in Bakersfield, California, took a routine pregnancy test before a procedure to remove a 20-pound ovarian cyst that had been growing for years.
Sure enough, after 17 years of not being pregnant, not having regular periods, it was a positive pregnancy test.
She soon started to experience pain in her abdomen, so she and her husband rushed to the hospital.
As soon as we got in,
They checked her in, and the rest is history.
Doctors ordered an MRI and were stunned.
It was the baby growing in her abdomen behind the mass that was pushing everything out. So that's the reason she didn't know she was pregnant.
It was profound to see this full-term baby sitting behind a very large ovarian tumor not in the uterus. So this was confirmed as an abdominal pregnancy, which is obviously a very extreme event.
Susie had what's known as an abdominal ectopic pregnancy, which is rare and life-threatening for both the mother and fetus. It took a team of 30 to undertake the surgery of removing the cyst and delivering her baby. He weighed 8 pounds and is in remarkably good health.
God gave me this baby so that he could be an example to the world that God exists, that modern-day miracles still happen.
Sophie Flay, ABC News, New York.
Still ahead, Time names its Person of the Year, a very special delivery, a different kind of delivery,
Yes.
and a gift that does double duty.
Yeah, the Ford 4 is coming up next. Ford 4 with Sandy and Monica joining us. Time Magazine has named its 2025 Person of the Year, sort of. It's just not one person, it's a group. The architects of AI, artificial intelligence, the visionaries shaping the future. Leading the charge, several Bay Area-based CEOs, including Jensen Huang of NVIDIA, OpenAI's Sam Altman, Mark Zuckerberg of Meta, Dario Amodei of Anthropic, and Elon Musk of everything, basically. Like Tesla, SpaceX,
Right.
Yeah, take your pick. So what do you guys think? I would have preferred that they named one, but I guess, you know, collectively, they're changing the world.
Larry, we know you were disappointed to not be the Time Person of the Year, but
I haven't done much to warrant that. But.
No,
I mean, we try to nominate you, sorry.
I think it makes sense given just how much AI was in our face this year. You know, I feel like they've done kind of unique picks in the past before. So just with how overly dominant this was,
yeah,
it makes sense.
You can't ignore it. I do think it makes sense to have people from different sectors of the AI industry, if you will, like NVIDIA, right, Jensen Huang, providing the chips, right, that powered the searches and stuff. And then also like Anthropic and, you know, Meta, which are trying to create the AI experiences. And yeah, makes sense, Larry. Sorry, not you.
Not as exciting as Taylor Swift, I know, but.
All right, a Bay Area company wants to save you a trip to the ATM. The Menlo Park-based Robinhood is rolling out a same-day cash delivery service that brings money straight to your door. It's partnering with the delivery app that's GoPuff to make it happen. The service is only available in New York City, but is expanded, or will expand possibly, to San Francisco soon. What do you think of this idea?
I think it's a good idea, Kristen. I mean, how many people really carry cash all the time nowadays? You know, especially if you need it.
I never have cash on me, but I don't know why I just would get sketched out by having it being delivered that way. I don't think I would trust it.
Why do we need it, and why can't we go to our local bank?
Right, like what happened to ATMs, little pop-ups everywhere? That's definitely easier. I don't want some random person handling my cash. No way.
But why do we need it?
Why do we need cash?
Yeah.
You don't really need it anymore. I mean, I get by with like Apple Pay on my phone every single day. There's rarely any places here, especially in the Bay Area, where you have to have the physical card even.
Right. Yeah. Our producer mentioned a good point, tips, but I will say most people who take tips now also say, here's my Venmo.
Yeah, they've got the nail salon, they have the little QR codes and everything, so I don't know.
It may not be something that we really need. I mean, I'm all for people just stopping at my house and handing me cash. Kristen's cash. But I mean, whoever, as long as it's not mine. Amazon's revealed the most asked questions for Alexa this year. They include, how long do I poach an egg?
Oh.
Okay, people are really going deep on this. What's the diameter of Earth? They also asked about their favorite celebrities and their spouses. The most played artist was Taylor Swift. Another top question, what does AI stand for?
There you go, people of the year.
Do we have to explain this? I mean, we just talked about all the people that, you know, AI.
Yeah, it's AI, kids, not A1.
Oh, wow.
I'm really struck by this poached eggs question.
Right.
What was it? Are we having like a poached egg renaissance? What's going on here?
I'm not sure, but I bet I know the question that Sandia is asked most often.
Oh, please.
What?
What's the weather going to be like is what Larry's going to say.
That's the only question. That's the only reason I have an Alexa is to ask it every single day.
AI asks Sandia, okay?
Basically.
Thank you, Kristen. Let's get it straight.
Monica, just ask her. She's, you know.
Well, no, I usually do. That's the benefit of working in this business. You've got people like Sandia who can be like, hey, what's this weekend looking like?
Exactly. All right, there are a lot of people in need right now, and a Bay Area company is helping you help them. Point Reyes Farmstead Cheese Company is donating a percentage of their sales and matching that percentage to the Redwood Empire Food Bank. You might remember this is the same company that was chosen as one of Oprah's favorite things 2 years in a row.
It's a good list to be on. Lynn Giacomini-Stray is the co-owner of Point Reyes Farmstead Cheese Company, and she joins us now. Lynn, thanks so much. I'm going to lift this cheese board up here because this is just magnificent. I don't know what the rest of you guys are eating.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, I don't know what the rest of them are eating, but I'm claiming this. It doesn't even fit in the box.
Why did Larry get the big one?
Because it's heavy.
Because I'm the one who lift it, actually.
But you guys are legendary. But tell us about what you're doing right now with the donations and how it's working.
Yeah, thanks so much. This is our biggest time of gift giving throughout the year. So of course we want to make the biggest impact. The gift box that you have, or the collection, is called Bob's Big Cheese, named after our father, Bob. And we started this fourth generational farm and now creamery in 1959. So we've been around for a long time, and we're just so thrilled to be able to give back to the community. And this is a great way to do it. This is actually through our program called Cheese Cares, which runs year round. And we do that with donations and partnerships, and then giving back with a portion of all of our donations or all of our gift giving that we get, and then we match it. So this is a great time not only to get cheese, but then to give to those that are not as fortunate. So we're able to have food for everybody in the Bay Area.
That's awesome. The cheese is excellent. I don't even know what kind of cheese
Yeah,
it is.
tell us what types.
Yeah.
Literally, I asked you that question because I knew the answer was long and I wanted to eat the cheese. But now tell us what we're eating, the flavors. And is it, goat cheese? Is it cow's milk?
Oh, it's all cows, as you can see, my partner back here.
Oh, yeah.
So
Hello.
we are, we've been in the dairy business, and it's all cow's milk cheese, all natural, and it's a selection. Bob's Big Cheese is a selection of all of our cheeses, and everything from our blue cheeses that we're known for, our flagship Original Blue, to our tomas, which are Italian inspired, our soft ripened bries and quinta, and even some spreads. So something for everyone.
Yeah, I'm just going to lift this up once again for people that didn't see the first time. But how can people buy these cheese boards? By the way, what does this cheese board cost? Because it has to be. Here, go ahead.
Yeah. For you, it's free. No.
Thank you. That's all I need to do now.
Yeah, well, we have a lot of different selections, and this board is, I believe, just a little over $100.
Okay.
And you can get that online on our website at pointracecheese.com. And we ship throughout the United States. And we're actually shipping all the way until December 22nd. So there's plenty of time to do all your gift giving.
All right, Lynn, can I ask you a dumb question? There's a lot that goes into like what makes a wine have the flavor that it does, right? From the grapes to the weather. What about cheeses? Like, why does yours taste so rich and flavorful? What makes it so good? What do you control?
Well, it's really about the quality of the milk, first of all, and then, of course, our cheesemakers. So it's the artistry and the science of the cheesemaker that's making this great cheese. But it's also about aging cheese out naturally so that it develops its flavor.
Absolutely delicious. Lynn, thanks so much for joining us, and best of luck with the matching day.
Thank you.
Point Reyes Farmstead Cheese Company. All right, thanks for joining us. Up next, dealing with Christmas tree allergies.
But that festive fresh pine scent is everywhere. It's the holidays, and it's like the happiest time of the year because everybody's ready to get their Christmas trees with their families and then just enjoy the Christmas spirit.
But that Christmas spirit can quickly dissipate if you have allergies.
We do actually have a tree that is hypoallergenic. It's called a Nordman.
The thick, waxy coating on Nordman firs trap allergens and minimize the release of fragrant oils. But doctors say pine allergies are quite uncommon. The issue isn't usually the tree, but everything that comes with it.
There's weed pollen, mold, critters that are in trees. So when you bring that into the home, unless you fully shake it out, wash it off, clean it, then you have the high potential to release mold and other pollens into your home.
It is always good to give a tree a nice little shake down, little wash to make sure.
Whether real or artificial, Cleveland Clinic allergist Dr. Devon Preston says wiping down your tree can help reduce those allergens hiding in the branches. It's the same advice for decorations that set in storage.
The ornaments, yeah, we just dust them down every year.
Raha Sharaflari suffers from seasonal allergies, but that doesn't stop her from enjoying her favorite, a noble fir.
Last year it was up for a while, but I love the tree and I love the feel, so it's like I try to keep it up as long as I can.
When it comes to real trees, Dr. Preston says be mindful of how long you keep them up after the holidays.
The longer you keep it in the home, the longer the mold has to grow and release more spores. So I tend to recommend that once the season's over, get rid of your trees.
Allergists also recommend running an air purifier near your tree to help catch anything you miss.
Didn't know? I mean, I typically keep it just to keep the house, the air fresh.
Tips to keep your season sneeze-free. Denise Dedore, ABC7 News.
That'd be awful, dealing with allergies.
I know.
You're allergic to your Christmas tree.
I know.
You could be allergic to haze.
Well, if you are, I'm sorry for you because you look at this live picture we've got out there. Let's talk to Sandy about what we're facing with the changes.
Yeah, you know what, Kristen and Larry, I wish I could tell you strong winds are coming in and mixing out that atmosphere so this haze goes away. You could see it from our Sutro Tower camera, but not immediately. Next week, I think the winds will pick up. That will help to clean out our air, and we certainly have the opportunity for wet weather. On Live Doppler 7, we have some patchy fog out towards the Central Valley. That's going to expand overnight into tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, we'll see a wide variety of temperatures from the 40s around Antioch to the 70s right around Ukiah. Taking a look at next week, rainfall will be increasing, and here in the Bay Area, we have the opportunity over the course of about 9 days, a third of an inch to just over an inch of rain. Eureka could see more than 4 inches. AccuWeather 7-day forecast, we have chilly conditions inland tomorrow, mild at the coast. Wide range of temperatures continuing this weekend. It is dry, and then next week we bring in level 1 for Tuesday into Wednesday. Kristen?
All right, thank you, Sandy. The next Powerball jackpot is estimated at $1 billion after nobody won the grand prize in last night's drawing. It's the second $1 billion Powerball jackpot this year and the 7th largest prize in the game's history. The jackpot has an estimated cash value of $461 million. The next drawing is on Saturday.
That'd be a nice Christmas present.
Sure. Santa, put the ticket right there.
For all the Christmases ahead. Almost like winning the lottery.
Yeah, but this is the lottery of lights. Just ahead, meet a Bay Area family fighting to win the Great Christmas Light Fight right here on ABC7.
Okay. are on ABC7 for the great Christmas light fight, and tonight a Livermore couple is going to be featured. ABC7 News anchor Amma Dates gives us a look.
How long did it take you guys to do this?
82 days.
How long?
82 days.
It's an annual labor of love for a Livermore family, turning their home into a twinkling and dazzling artistic Christmas display. This year, Dean and Barbara Paul settled on a classic, The Grinch. They always change it up, and if you're wondering, they take requests.
We have hundreds of people that drive by, and we usually try to come out in the evenings and stand and talk with them, and you know, they have their input and tell us what they like, what years they like.
So how does one go about switching out a massive, ornate Christmas display annually? Dean and Barbara shared their secret.
Yeah, we have to put chicken wire on the house, so that's how we change the theme every year.
As for making a Christmas wish come true, they sketch out the plan first and use an old-fashioned projector. Then it's time for these elves to get to work.
And so what we do is we cast a shadow up on the house, and then I just basically go with a string, and Barbara guides me, and then we just outline the shadow, and then we fill it in with the lights, and that's how we get these kind of pristine images on it.
The Pauls are quick to point out just about everything you see is done by hand. That includes the artwork. But the Grinch, that is this year's design.
So last year for the show, what you'll see was ornaments, all ornaments.
How'd they get on the Great Christmas Light Fight? A recruiter reached out over social media after seeing their home, and they applied. Now the Pauls get their chance to outshine the competition.
It's special to just be on the show, and then if we win, that's going to be amazing.
Amma Dates, ABC7 News.
What an incredible display. Join us for back-to-back episodes of the Great Christmas Light Fight starting at 9 tonight, and then stay with us for ABC7 News at 11. All right, that's going to do it for this edition of ABC7 News at 4. Another beautiful sunset, Mount Tam in the distance there. I'm Larry Beal. ABC7 News at 5 is up next. Enjoy.